What's happening, gamer? For this list, we will be taking a trip down memory lane and getting retro with it. These games had us staying up all night with our buddies at sleepovers and sparked our love for gaming. Most of these games were forgotten about, but we are here to remind you of how dominant previous eras of gaming were. We do all kinds of lists like these, and also handle all the new releases and which ones we like the most. If you like the list, let us know in the comments and consider coming back sometime. Without further ado, let's get on to our list.
We're going in there with nothing. We're going in there like everyone else. 9 guys, no weapons.
10. The Warriors. My goodness, was this game fun to play with your buddies. Based on the hit 1970s gangster film The Warriors, Rockstar Games hit a home run with this source material. It really was a match made in heaven if you think about it. The 1970s environment, along with the classic disco music playing, made us feel truly immersed as a bunch of roughneck hooligans. The game starts weeks prior to the beginning of the film. This was very well done and felt like it could have been a section in the movie. Very soon after starting a new game, you will realize the sheer violent nature that this game has. Brutally beating the hell out of your opponents with cruel intent feels very satisfying. The game's combat is a huge focal point. Running at a full-on sprint and hurling yourself into enemies feels incredible. Finishing moves feel like the final blow, and the reckless gang violence sparks a tribal instinct in gamers. You may orchestrate fellow gang members to destroy an entire city street at the press of a button. Once initiated, all members will destroy cars, steal radios, mug nearby pedestrians, and even rob banks. Doing all this while sitting next to a buddy is entirely possible. Playing with your friends is true chaos and makes for insane moments that made us feel like we were taking over the city together. Spraying tags on enemy gang sites and running from the police was engraved in our memory. The story was very well made and kept us engaged the entire time. This is a true Rockstar classic and deserves more recognition than it did. If you haven't ever played this title, it is in the PlayStation Store and luckily still playable to this day. 9. Mortal Kombat: Shaolin Monks. Mortal Kombat fans were so stoked to learn about a spin-off game where you play as Liu Kang and Kung Lao in a beat-em-up co-op experience. The story and exploration are done very nicely. The music is what you want from a Mortal Kombat title. It hits in the fun department early. You and your buddy will send enemies flying and soon figure out how to dismember them in satisfying ways. Fatalities are done in a different sort of arcade style and can be performed on the fly. The story feels very good. It only takes about 7 hours to complete, but the entire time is pure joy for fans of couch co-op. We played this over and over again as kids, and is one of the best spin-off titles ever made. It felt very refreshing to get our hands on this at a time where Midway and Mortal Kombat were gaming juggernauts, and just listened to what gamers wanted. After the story is complete, you will unlock Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which is very cool. They also have their own unique moveset, so this actually does feel like a nice reward. The option to play the game in a versus setting is also possible, with other characters such as Reptile and Baraka, with a couple different levels from the story. Overall, this was a great play back in our day, and deserves a mention on this list.
They are called Hunters.
8. Hunter: The Reckoning. Wayward. This game is a very unique hack-and-slash shooter that stood out as a great couch co-op experience. This game is very underrated and most people still probably have no clue it ever existed. Gamers who did get their hands on this game know that it is such a unique experience full of horror, difficulty, and lore. Players choose from a selection of hunters, ordinary humans chosen by a mysterious force called the Messengers to fight supernatural threats. A rogue hunter named Joshua is raising an army of the dead and warping the Messenger's purpose, believing hunters should control rather than protect humanity. The town of Ashcroft is full of monsters such as zombies and werewolves, and you must stop them. The gameplay is the best part, as each hunter has different strengths and traits. The weapons are optional after finding them and make for a nice change once you've found your favorite. Playing this with a friend was very different, and when it was released in 2003, not many games did it this well. The atmosphere is great and feels very gothic and rich in horror. It can be very scary. This is mainly due to the fact that it is also very hard. The difficulty could be a problem for some, as you cannot lower it. Overall, you get better at dealing with the hordes of enemies and also get used to scavenging your ammo and keeping your moves for the right times. Hunter: The Reckoning was a perfect game to play next to a buddy. 7. Dynasty Warriors 5. Dynasty Warriors is a legendary franchise. If you were a gamer when these games were first poppin', you remember the craze it carried. The incredible scale of the maps combined with even larger scale battles, making you feel like the center focus as you pick apart the whole army from the ground. The beauty of the whole thing is you and a buddy can take on these battles side by side. Some of the funnest gaming nights full of massive wars were fought at sleepovers when we were kids. The option to verse each other was also very fun and settled some debates amongst boys. The fifth entry felt like the most groundbreaking amongst fans, as it had the classic Foundation mechanics dialed down by this point, and it felt like a complete package. With over 40 playable characters, each with unique weapons and Muso, special attacks, this game is packed full of content. It truly feels like a compact collage of everything Dynasty Warriors created in its first 5 years of existence. It's somewhat of a greatest hits of the early years almost. After this entry, it seemed the series took a change in direction, and some say it was the last really good title the franchise had in terms of its roots. PlayStation 2 was chock full of great games, and this is a juggernaut amongst them all. Playing this on the couch with a buddy was some of the best fun we had as gamers.
The power of the enemy is growing. Sauron will use his puppet Saruman to destroy the people of Rohan.
March to Helm's Deep!
6. The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Lord of the Rings fans remember what we are getting at with this title. You don't even have to be a fan to enjoy these games. They were just that good. While most of the time, games about movies aren't the best video games, this one was an early exception. The combat makes you feel a part of a battle, and the music fully immerses you. Gamers soon realized that this game is full of great RPG elements that make it feel like the character you chose is yours. Of course, the entire game is completely co-op compatible and feels exciting to upgrade your personal character, whether it be Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, or Frodo. The game's roots of gameplay are very smooth and historic. EA actually cared about their games back then, and it shows. Fighting your way through the campaign with your friends felt epic and unique. To this day, not many games have captured the hack-and-slash screen-sharing formula since these games. We remember having a blast with our friends and may consider picking this up and adding it to the retro collection. 5. LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga, 2007. What makes The Complete Saga so legendary is how well it captured the heart of Star Wars while being totally ridiculous. No voice acting, just expressive grunts and perfectly timed visual gags. And yet it told the story better than some actual movies. It's a game you could play solo, with your younger sibling, or at 2 a.m. with friends and still have a blast. It defined an era of family-friendly gaming, meme-worthy moments, looking at you like a Yoda death scream, and charm that modern games still chase. It's not just nostalgia, it's LEGO Star Wars perfection. For millions of kids, this was their first real Star Wars experience, wrapped in colorful bricks, goofy humor, and endless co-op fun. Combining episodes 1 through 6, it turned iconic scenes into hilarious LEGO slapstick, making even the darkest moments surprisingly fun. Whether you were hunting down mini-kits, unlocking every character, or playfully sabotaging your co-op buddy, the game's nostalgia hits hard and reminds us why childhood gaming memories are so special. Without LEGO Star Wars paving the way, we might never have gotten classics like LEGO Batman, LEGO Harry Potter, or LEGO Marvel. It's not just a game, it's a cornerstone of gaming nostalgia and the start of a beloved legacy. 4. Gauntlet: Dark Legacy is a fast-paced arcade-style hack-and-slash game that shines brightest when played in co-op. As a remastered and expanded version of Gauntlet Legends, it supports up to 4-player local co-op on PS2 using a multi-tap. Players choose some classic fantasy archetypes such as Warrior, Valkyrie, Wizard, and Archer, each with unique strengths and weaknesses. The game features dozens of levels spread across multiple themed realms, filled with hordes of enemies, traps, secret areas, and massive bosses. Its simple yet satisfying gameplay loop of slaying enemies, collecting gold, and upgrading stats makes it easy to jump into and incredibly addicting with friends. The real magic of Dark Legacy lies in how well it balances cooperative chaos, with 4 players on screen unleashing spells, swinging weapons, and scrambling for food and loot. The game creates a frenetic but hilarious shared experience. Players have to work together to survive waves of enemies, but there's also friendly competition over treasure and power-ups, which adds a fun layer of tension. Revival is possible through gold, allowing players to help each other continue the fight. The game's design encourages both teamwork and friendly rivalry, making it one of the best couch co-op experiences available on the PS2, perfect for friends or family looking for action-packed dungeon crawling.
The fight for survival has begun.
3. TimeSplitters 2. In TimeSplitters 2, you play as Sergeant Cortez, a time-traveling Marine tasked with stopping a race of aliens known as the TimeSplitters. These creatures are spreading chaos across different historical periods by using special time crystals. Your mission is to follow them through time, retrieve the crystals, and set history back on course. The game's campaign features 10 varied levels, each set in a different time period, like 1930s Chicago, 1990s Siberia, 1850s Wild West, and a cyberpunk future. Each level features unique weapons, enemies, and objectives fitting its time and setting. One of the few FPS campaigns that you can play entirely cooperatively and have a blast doing it. Player 2 just takes over the supporting character role, and the 2 players just complete each mission as if you were playing single player. This was a very well done FPS title with a compelling plot that kept gamers at bay till the likes of Halo came on the scene. Overall, TimeSplitters has always been a title worth mentioning when talking PS2 titles. It definitely deserves a spot on this list. 2. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is a top-down action RPG released in 2006, bringing together a huge cast of Marvel superheroes in one epic universe-spanning adventure. Developed by Raven Software, it lets players form a 4-hero squad from a roster including Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Man, Deadpool, and many more. The game spans locations like the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, Atlantis, Mephisto's realm, and even the Skrull homeworld, each filled with enemies, boss fights, and comic book fan service. With its mix of action, light RPG elements, and branching dialogue, Ultimate Alliance felt like playing through a massive, playable Marvel crossover event. Where the game really shines, though, is in its co-op mode. Whether on PS2, Xbox, or PS3, up to 4 players could jump in and control their favorite hero simultaneously, creating chaos and camaraderie in every battle. Co-op is drop in, drop out, so friends could come and go without interrupting the game, smashing through legions of enemies together, chaining special attacks, or pulling off team combos with classic groups like the X-Men or Fantastic Four added a fun strategic layer. It wasn't just about brute force. Players could combine powers or work together to solve light puzzles and beat massive bosses. The shared screen made it perfect for couch gaming, and there was nothing like teaming up with friends to take down Dr. Doom or Galactus with your personalized superhero dream team. The co-op made every mission feel more dynamic, turning what could have been a straightforward action RPG into a truly social and memorable Marvel experience. 1. Champions of Norrath. One of the most satisfying couch co-op experiences on the PlayStation 2, especially for fans of hack-and-slash RPGs. Set in the high fantasy EverQuest universe, the game lets up to 2 players team up locally, or up to 4 via LAN, to battle through dungeons, forests, and caves packed with orcs, undead, and all kinds of classic monsters. From the moment you pick your character class, like a sword-swinging warrior, spellcasting wizard, or nimble ranger, it's all about working together to tear through waves of enemies and collect a mountain of loot. What made the co-op so fun was the sense of teamwork and constant progression. You and your co-op partner could coordinate your abilities, say a tank holding the front line while a cleric heals and buffs from the back, and feel genuinely powerful as you leveled up and unlocked new gear. It wasn't just mindless button mashing. The game had just enough depth to reward planning and collaboration. The satisfaction of finding rare loot together or surviving a tough boss fight with a sliver of health left made every session feel like a shared adventure. Whether you were grinding for gear, solving dungeon puzzles, or just laughing as your buddy accidentally triggered a trap, again, Champions of Norrath made co-op gaming feel like a grand quest. And there you have it, people. Can you dig it? These were our top couch co-op games that we loved playing on the PS2. Lots of lost gems found its way on the list and was a pleasure digging back up from our memories. We hope you liked our list and make sure to let us know what you thought in the comments. We make lists just like this all the time, so come on back if you want to enjoy more lists like these. Until next time, have fun and keep on keeping on, brother. Heresy out.